Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Chase. I'm back with another video sponsored by PrimeXBT. Today we're going to be talking about their Covesting platform, but first, before we do that, link at the bottom. If you want to turn your 1 BTC deposit into 1.5 BTC, that's right, a full 50% gain. Use the link down there, use the promo code. Make sure you use the link and the promo code before you deposit, okay? Again, 1 BTC, turn it into 1.5 for you to trade with. It's huge, okay? So we're talking about the Covesting platform today. What is Covesting? Basically, think of the word co, right? We have a fund manager and we have the followers, okay? Now, the fund manager gets to profit 20% of the followers' equity on every move, okay? And the followers get to profit based off, and obviously profit or lose, right? But the followers get to profit based off the strategy, and they get a range between, I believe, 60 and 75%. We'll check that out later. But so basically, yeah, as a follower, you're getting to copy trade and without any, no hands off completely, right? So you don't have to do a single thing except for follow and then deposit your money into the fund, and then you copy trade. Okay. The first thing we'll talk about is being a follower and what a follower wants to look for, because I think it's probably pretty obvious that people are going to go straight for the maximum amount of profit. They're going to say, oh, look, this guy's bringing in huge profit. But at the same time, we want to try to find someone who's going to show us reliable profitability over time. So that's the first thing we should look for. Let's go to active days, okay? So here's how many days the person's been active for. Then we'd want to look through the total profit, find a nice high profitability. Now, I'm not endorsing any of these people. As a trader myself, personally, I trust my money with myself, more than pretty much anyone. If it's going to be, even if I knew someone is a long-time profitable trader, and I understand that they're probably a better trader than myself, I'm on my own journey, right? And I prefer to use my own capital myself. If I did see someone on this Covesting platform who had been active for quite a long time, who's shown long-term consistent profitability, sure, maybe I'd throw in 3 to 5%, something like that. That might be a good idea. Okay, but understand that there are always going to be a lot of risks in trading and in this platform, and you have to understand that, right? That your money can disappear. The fund manager could go broke, and that would mean that you would go broke too. Okay, so what are the things that we want to look for? First thing we want to look for, active days. Make sure they've been active for a while. Then we can look towards profit. Let's pull up this guy. He's at 338% profit over 153 days. Okay, pretty good, right? Another thing we want to look for, we can see the description here. We can see that he's been trading BTC, ETH, LTC, S&P 500, gold, and goes long and short, okay? And obviously he tells you, never invest more than you can afford to lose. Trading is risky. As far as what a follower can gain, depending on how much you put in, between 60 to 75%, depending on the amount you put in. And the manager, which is a cool side of this as well that we'll get into, the manager will be making 20% of whatever the profit of the followers' equities that's inside the fund. Okay, so we can look through here. Let's go to the year, try to see profit over time. Looks like he's been putting in some, outside of these dips, some good profit over time, right? And now we also want to look at the manager's equity amount, okay? Because we don't want to put a bunch of Bitcoin into a manager who's trading with $100, because they just, they probably just don't care that much, right? We want to see someone who's trading with a real amount of money. Now, we have, this account has about, 14,000 or whatever in it, 13,000. You're sort of on the smaller end, but, still a respectable amount to be trading with, okay? We don't want someone who's trading with, point being, we just want to stay away from someone who's using, $300 or $500. Show us some type of skin in the game, okay? 10,000, you got some skin in the game, right? Okay, so then we can look at their margin. That's important too. In the very beginning, this guy was using quite high margin to get his total profit percentage up, it looks like. So in the very beginning, you definitely want to be cautious. That's why I said look at the active days amount, because if you're using 90 to 100% margin every single time you're trading, pretty dangerous, right? You're most likely going to get blown out soon enough. So typically I would look for someone who's using anywhere between 40, maybe on the upper end, 65 to 70% margin. Probably wouldn't want to go too far past that. Okay, so that is how I would look for a fund to invest in. Now, if I was to start a fund, then that's cool too, as I said, because you get 20% of all the followers' profits that comes through, that's invested into your fund. So if you have successful long-term profitability, give it a try. It's pretty cool. Now we'll go through the rest of these things here. Before anyone trolls me or memes me, this is just my tester account that I use to make the videos. Literally clicked long or short randomly, and I lose like $20 here, or I make $5 here. It has nothing to do with my actual trading. Okay, here are the current funds that I'm invested into. I threw some dust on here. I got 0.01 into BTC Monkey, and I got 0.01 into this guy number one. Okay, so far I'm down on my investment from 0.02 to 0.019. Okay, so no performance here yet. It's been a few days, slightly down, no big deal. But this is where you get to see your holdings and how everything's going there. Okay, so obviously very, very clean display here where you could see how your investment's going. Now we'll move on to the strategy. My current strategy, Gain City, and a strategy just means basically your fund. It should just say manage fund, manage strategy. You could see I'm down about 2%. I went from 0.02 to 0.017, something of that nature. And down here you would see what profits you're making based on your followers. One big advantage here is obviously that we've seen funds come and go on crypto Twitter and whatnot, and they exit scam. We've definitely seen that happen. So at least here, if you're putting your money in, obviously there's the risk of losing it through trading and through the fund manager losing it in trading, but you're not going to get exit scammed. Okay, so that's a good part. And then you could close strategy and you could just start up a new one. That's why I said it is important to look at the active days amount. Okay, you deposit to your Covesting trading account, and then here you trade right on this tab. As we know, PrimeXBT offers tons of markets. S&P 500. Let's see, gold, right? Silver. Whoops. Sorry, my microphone's in a place where it's difficult for me to type. Bitcoin, ETH. So tons of markets to trade through. Whatever floats your boat. There's Forex markets, etc. And that's how you could build up. You build up your fund. Okay, so now let's go to trading history. Again, don't troll me. These are just random trades. I literally just click buy or sell at a random time so I could see this page and have it ready for the video. So we could see first trade I lost $3.20, then $19.25, then I made $5 on that trade. You can see S&P 500, ETH, and S&P 500 is what I traded here. And then we can go down to strategy history where we could see our previous strategies. This was my last one, stay winning, but it actually stayed losing. It was down 17%. Again, I think I only put in like 0.01 BTC or something of that nature, but it was just to, get familiar with the platform. You could see I was using 100% margin on every trade that I took. And that's typically what you want to avoid. That's what we went into in the rating, making sure that, we're avoiding anything that's, crazy amount of margin or a low amount of active days. We know what we're looking for. Okay, so overall, this is the Covesting platform. I guess if I had anything to say in finale here is just that, or in conclusion, whatever we want to say, is obviously there's a lot of risk involved. I think it's for people who may not be able to have or put 16 hours a day, 12 hours a day into the charts, which is what I'm fairly confident it takes to become a successful trader long term. You really have to have experience and screen time on the charts, right? So if you have a normal job and it's not for you and you just have some extra funds laying around, yeah, I think it's good. Look for someone who has a lot of active days, good profitability, isn't using a crazy amount of margin, and it might be a good setup for you. And also, I think if you're a profitable trader, then this is a great place for you to come on, earn a following, and get a bunch of extra profit. Why not? All right, so thank you very much, everybody. And that's the Covesting platform. Have a great day.